Hello and welcome back. My name is Ezilii, full-time content creator and Twitch partner, and
I am Carize. I'm an affiliate and co-founder of Girl Streamers, and you are here watching Stream Theory. And what we're doing here is we're using conversation to discover better practices of streaming and broadcasting.
which is an amazing. And today's
It is.
topic is game and content choices that we make. What do you have to say about that?
Well, see, I've had my genre going since after my days of World of Warcraft streaming.
World of
So I
Warcraft.
have been,
What?
yeah, well, World of Warcraft. You remember that thing? Do you remember that Blizzard game
Yeah,
that
I
we both
do.
played?
I do.
Uh, So for me, I actually really want to hear what you have to say about the game choices that people are making.
Okay.
For me, it's all indie games, and that's just something I'm passionate about, and I play them because it shows that I'm very happy playing them.
So you would describe your game choice as an indie specialist, I guess? Like
Absolutely.
you
Yep.
you seek out indie games, niche games, older games. You had Phantasmagoria,
I did. I
right?
did. 1995, 1992, 1995. I played two of those FMV type games, and they were around that genre.
1992.
1992 and 1995. Yeah.
I was 14 in 92.
Oh, geez. Well, see, you still would have seen this game. You definitely would have seen this game around.
Yes. Also in 92, was it 92 My Soul Held Life, or was that 94? There's a
Could have
TV,
been.
and then 92 was also The Real World, but this is all off on a tangent. Like pop culture. We should do a show on pop cultural
I would
history.
love that. I'm writing it down.
uh so you would describe yourself as a certified indie specialist who seeks out independent games and developers, and
Absolutely.
you also seek out
And
relationships,
shares
which
how
is
beautiful they
something
are.
that I
Yes.
would I would also encourage content creators to do, is reach out to devs
Yeah.
and get to know them, or community
Yeah.
managers if they have a position such as that. Sometimes a small dev, it's literally three people and they all go like, well, I got the tweet first, so I'll answer it, right?
Yep. Yep.
That being said, my genre, I would I'm leaning a little bit more towards variety lately. With partnership comes a little bit of freedom, where you could play some games that, like, I've been itching to play this game for a while, and now all of a sudden, oh, I could do this and not really like wreck my
Worry
chances
about the
of
numbers
becoming
stuff.
a partner. If you're so close, you make decisions, which
Yeah.
we'll probably talk about that in a later
Episode.
episode.
Yep. Good
But
strategies.
I enjoy the builder manage sim strategy type game. I
Now, what got you into that, though? What started you with that? Because coming from both you and I, when we started streaming, we had a similar history. So we started streaming because we were playing in World of Warcraft and because we had raids going on. You wanted to have some content that you could show Blizzard on how you played your priest, because I think you were a
right,
priest at the
right,
time.
right, because the
And mine
Discipline
was,
Priest was going through some major changes with
yep,
Legion coming out,
yep.
and I had
And so
alpha, beta.
was it Legion that was coming out? No, it
Yep,
wasn't
it's the
Legion.
current expansion.
Really?
Whatever you guys
Okay.
are playing now,
Interesting.
I couldn't tell you what.
Yeah, no. See, I almost canceled my subscription
A
a
year
couple days
ago,
ago. So
a year ago, January, I stopped playing.
was it that?
It's
I
been
feel
that
like
long.
that doesn't seem like that long
Although
though, if you think about it.
I'm really considering WildStar again.
Wow, that's a blast from the past. Oh my goodness.
It's free to play.
Is it really? It should be free to play.
I really love the healing mechanics, which is a whole other topic.
The healing mechanics were pretty cool with the gun. Yeah, that was cool.
That and like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something that's free to play, so anybody
Eh,
can like join you and play. It
And I feel
it
like
did
that
not
art
used to
style is
be.
totally your thing.
It didn't used to be, right? When that game came
No.
out, it was a subscription and it was like
Yep.
$60. Yeah.
For the base.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It was, and then like
We enjoyed playing it.
$70 if you wanted something, like there was some extra stuff. There was
A
like the
skin or something like
yeah,
that.
there's something, or like you get
Yeah.
extra goodies in your house, right?
Right.
So that being said, game genre is something that's near and dear to my heart. But back to answer the question, I've
How do you
always
choose
played a
them?
simulator builder management type of game because it's something you could put down. I could pause it
Yeah.
and come back to it, right? So I could pause it and come back to the game and pick it up right where I left off. I'm not stuck. Oh, I got to complete this quest, or here's this dungeon I got to complete. I'm waiting on these people to get to. I like, oh my god, I only allowed myself 30 minutes to run Dead Mines.
Before, yeah.
Why are we taking 45 minutes?
You and I have a similar transition phase. So my story is similar to that. The reason I play indie games is because like you and I were in WoW from almost the beginning of WoW, or if you were there since beta.
Right.
Yeah.
If not since the inception of WoW, really close, right?
Right. So now I made the transition over to indie games because I needed something in my life that had a beginning and an end. I'm like, okay, I need to play something and I have to feel good about the end of a game. Like here's the start, here's the end. Feel great. Next chapter, next game. Or I felt like WoW was just a perpetual, you had to be there, you had to be grinding, you had to be like there's never an end.
Right. Until you say I'm not logging in today.
Exactly. And for me that was about 7 months ago.
As a stockholder, I want people to log in.
Of course.
As a player,
by the way, I love Blizzard.
Yeah,
if you're out there, I love you.
Yeah, I mean, I still play Diablo. I haven't gone on to Heroes of the Storm in a while. Overwatch, not so much because I can't stand the first person aspect.
Okay.
As much as a lot of people can.
As like a MOBA or right.
Or
yeah.
If there was a better third-person angle, I could probably do it. But like quick turnaround, mostly I would have to play on a much smaller screen. I've got a 27-inch in front of me. I'd have to play on like maybe a 20 or even smaller, which I don't even think they make that anymore. To keep the background where the screen is moving, to keep the background stable, so I don't get motion sickness.
So you don't get. I'm gonna give you. You and I had the same effect, and I had that with Rainbow Six Siege for a long time when it first came out. So we played it just post beta, and I had the same kind of tickering, makes me feel nauseous, first person shooter type feeling. And now when I sign on, it's much better. That frame rate is amazing, both in Overwatch and in Rainbow Six Siege. So might be something for you to turn on and just play and see if it affects you. Maybe it's not your game, but maybe it's you'll see that it does make it. They have made a difference.
I have Rainbow Siege 6 because it was gifted.
Nice.
I haven't played it yet. I also have PUBG and I played it twice.
Did you like PUBG?
It was fun. It was it was the hour 13 of a 12-hour stream.
Okay.
So that's when I got my first kill. Yeah, we switched over from cities. We were playing cities. Was it cities? Yeah. We were doing cities. The three of us were doing a 12-hour stream for Green Cities launch, the Green Cities DLC.
Yep.
And then we flipped over at the 13th hour. We flipped over to play a couple rounds of PUBG and then call it a night. And I mean, I got my first kill. There's a clip on somebody's channel because they were spectating me. I didn't stream it. I turned off stream. And I killed somebody.
I got a spectator clip too from somebody else's channel, which is great. I was like, oh, thank you for clipping that. And thank you for watching my point of view.
Well, people were like, oh my god, she's playing a shooter. What the hell?
Yeah.
But game choice and content choice is something that you should definitely take into in consideration, especially if you're looking to grow a community and a channel.
Yeah.
And then maybe explore afterwards, I guess. I don't know.
Something different. So are you saying like somebody who is mainly creative, who decides to jump over to say Overwatch or something like that? Like I've seen a community kind of die off because of that.
Where they were solely creative and then they jumped over to a game?
Yep. Or like, because that's a huge jump. Like if you move from creative, like say you're doing cosplay and then you're moving over to say knitting, or you're moving over to something cooking, like that's still staying within that genre. So I think it's good. It's you have a better uh, you have a better chance of retaining your viewers in your community that way than to do a massive jump like that.
Yeah, I would.
Also, Overwatch is hugely saturated, I think.
Well, all of Twitch is saturated.
True, true.
Like, how many millions of people are currently broadcasting? Which is amazing and awesome and
Yeah,
beautiful because it helps the whole community grow.
yeah, yeah. Brings in more
But,
people, more
right,
viewers too.
right,
Yep,
absolutely. There's some controversial additions to the Twitch family
I
recently
saw that. Yeah,
that
which
will.
I think is wonderful. I actually think it's wonderful because that comes with it a massive community of people who may not have opened up Twitch before,
Right, right,
and
which
now
is where
we
the
have this.
controversy is.
Okay,
The controversy is bringing larger people to the platform who might be a little risque. Does it benefit or does it detract from the platform? And what leeway or what leash are they going to have?
right.
I don't want to like
Uh,
literally mention
I know what you
names.
mean. I know, and I think most people might. It doesn't matter because there's more than just
Right.
one streamer coming over. It's a few, but still, I find like in my point of view, I'm like, yes, okay, we're getting these viewers over from another platform that maybe wouldn't normally be a live stream viewer.
Well, they could totally go
Uh,
to Mixer and then all the viewers go
yeah,
there,
exactly,
which is the
exactly.
argument.
I want Twitch. I want Twitch to be
Right.
that place, and I think it is that place.
Right. But your content. So back to the content. I always played these types of games, even like in a death run on WoW.
Yeah,
Like we wiped raid wipe, and we're
yeah,
doing wipe recovery. I'm following somebody. I set to follow, and then I turn on to the other monitor, and I'm playing like City Skylines.
for real.
Yeah, like let me add
Oh,
this and let me add that. Let me zone this. Let me put this here. Oh, pause. Let's raid. Oh, we're dead again. Follow.
and then you'd have okay. So
And then I'd
that
play
was always
again.
your stuff.
So
Okay.
it's always been there as far as like that genre.
Yep.
And then my fine art background. I mean, it's
Yeah.
another form of my art.
Your artistic expression.
Right. And
Yeah.
lately some of the comments in chat was like, "Did you give up on City Skylines?" No, Surviving Mars is new. Why
Yeah.
not play it? It's
Yeah.
something I
Yeah.
haven't played. But you've played it for 150 hours now. Yeah? I've played City Skylines
Interesting.
for almost 4,000.
Yep. Do you think does it hurt at all? Do you have people who are used to seeing your cities who are just like, okay, she's playing something else right now. I think I'm gonna take a break and maybe go watch somebody else play City Skylines. Have you seen any kind of viewer fall or?
I mean, I'm sure there's people that like, well, I want you to really play cities and I only tune in to play cities, or I really want you
Yeah.
to play Planet Coaster. I
Yeah.
only
Oh,
tune in to
okay.
see you
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
Planet Coaster. There's always people that want to see one particular game and one
Yeah.
person, not necessarily like one person play it, but they want to just see people play the game.
Right.
It's
Right.
like you're addicted to the game and you're at work, you're stuck at work. You just want to get that fix. So you get those endorphins going
Yeah.
and you're still thinking about the game while you should be working. There's always the
Yeah.
the addiction issue as far as like video game. Like I'm addicted to WoW. All I can think of is how do I improve my characters? So I'm going to be on WoW Armory. Oh, this piece drops here. This piece drops there. Let me read
Yeah.
MMO Champion. What are they saying? Oh, I should be
Yep.
using this. Oh, let me try that when I get home. You're always
Simulate that.
thinking,
Yep.
right? So you're
Yep.
always thinking about stuff. So sure, I'm sure that like viewer numbers. I mean, it doesn't like I'm in it to brighten somebody's day, not like have a gazillion people.
Right. Right.
But
Now, what do you think if you now let's pretend this is pre-partnership. You go from City Skylines to all of a sudden creative. You decide, you know what, Azilia's going to paint something for you. And then you pop over to in real life or into creative and you start painting a picture. Do you think that that's gonna be something that affects your stream?
Well,
Or
as much as I've talked about wanting to do it,
yeah?
and I lack a couple of cameras that I feel that I need
Oh,
to
okay.
like
Okay. To make that
show
a
it,
successful. Yeah,
to
yeah.
make it at least better than just like, well, I'm gonna like turn this around and you could see the canvas and you know, I'd like to
Yeah.
let you see like a close and then see me and then
Yeah.
see a medium shot where you see the scale of the painting.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I would say first and foremost you want to make the content that you want to make, right?
Okay.
Like if you don't like a game, it shows, right? It really, really shows.
I had a couple games like that.
You had a couple games like that?
I did. And I was pretty vocal about it. But yeah, I had
Well, that you
to
didn't like it? Well,
didn't like it.
were you doing it as like I'm going to see what this game looks like and if
Yes.
it's terrible, I'm going to tell you how terrible it is because it's
Yes.
terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think there's value to that.
Right. Oh, okay. Instead of playing, say, you're looking at League of Legends, you see that that is the top streamed game in Twitch. So you're like, okay, people are watching this. I'll take a crack at this because this is where I want the viewers. Obviously, not the right way to go, because the top 2% that are streaming in that category are retaining most of the viewers, and you will probably be somewhere near the very very bottom. So you'll get lost in that. So game choice at that point is pretty important.
Right, but you also
But
so there's a website called twitchstrike.com, which we'll link
I
down
don't know.
below. What it
Okay.
does is you could add the games that you have in your library. You could say I want to play this game, this game, this game, this game, this game, and it'll rank
Yeah.
them in order of where you might get the most exposure for that day, given that hour, which
Shut up. That's amazing.
which none of the games in which I've ever played would give you the maximum exposure anyway because they're
Yeah.
small and more niche. Which is
Yep.
also a
Yeah.
problem for some people because if those are the only games that they, one, have in their library or two, only interest them, it's really difficult to grow on the platform if you're not getting new viewers into the directory,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep.
So you seek ways to get more eyeballs on the game, not necessarily you, but more eyeballs on the game.
Yep.
Turn into Reddit, tweeting about it, showing off your work in the game. So, hey, I made this really pretty skyline in City Skylines, right?
Yep.
Here it is. And then the Twitter account tweets your picture. Now you have a little bit more eyeballs that are on you, but also, oh, what is this Twitch thing? Boop.
Yep.
Oh, there's all these people playing this game. Wow. I never thought this was possible. Like, people still don't even know. Like, oh, YouTube. We're used to YouTube. But live
Right.
streaming is still relatively new in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things
Yeah.
in the gaming world, unless you've been really, I guess, adapt. You know, you play WoW, you see, or you launch the Blizzard launcher and you see streams in it for like Heroes of the Storm or whatnot. You say, oh, here's
Overwatch and
Riker, right? Doing a thing for Diablo. Click. Oh, wait, there's like 40 people that are streaming this game right now. Wow, I just made new friends. There's 40
Yep.
people I
And
can
that's
be friends with, and we share
yep.
a passion about this game.
And
So,
that's networking and communication as
right.
well. Yeah.
But like streaming itself is relatively new. Beforehand, you had YouTube. So it was always previously recorded content. You can gobble it up in your own terms. Hey, I
Yep.
want to watch it while I go to, I'm watching it on the phone. I threw it on the computer. And now I'm falling asleep on the sofa because it's ASMR or something like that. Like, wow, they like really, they put together a great video. If you feel comfortable, you're probably going to fall asleep. So you don't have like, people screaming like Overwatch. Oh my God, they just shot me,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Something jarring. Yep.
Right. I mean, there's a reason why people watch Bob Ross.
Right.
It's relaxing.
Right.
You get
It's like your
knowledge. You,
stream.
you get a conversation.
It's
Yeah,
quite
maybe.
relaxing.
But like, so the game genre and the game choice and then the content is very, very critical.
Yep.
So, and this kind of leads into another topic that we have planned But when you make these choices, if you hop around, so if you're constantly hopping around,
Drastic change. Yeah.
like you go from Overwatch to Cities to League to Planet Coaster to Inside to
Yep. You're following the
Odd
numbers as
World
opposed
to
to,
right.
yep. Yep.
You're not stable enough in one spot, so people
You're
don't
not retaining.
see you.
Yep. Yeah. You're not building your brand. It's not yeah. Yep.
And then when you ditch from one creative topic to another creative topic,
Yeah.
perlers to painting to sculpting. I mean, most people that see creative, they're going to jump into the creative directory. Although right now there seems to be kind of an issue as far as like discoverability within creative because you've got IRL. So a lot of people are flipping to IRL.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way there's more eyeballs in the directory, which I don't know what Twitch can do about that as far as getting eyeballs into the creative directory.
Yeah. 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 Because it's gonna
I mean,
die.
that's something that's been argued back and forth, discussed on various streams and Twitter. Like, how do we get eyeballs onto creative?
Yep.
But IRL
With
exists.
IRL. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And IRL exists, and you're basically able to do anything, sort of. Like, there's things that you can't do, obviously.
Okay.
And then there's things that you can't wear, obviously.
Yep. Yep.
Right. And there's things that you
I
can't
think
say.
that's pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can paint in IRL. It is, I mean, you're able to stream painting in IRL. As opposed to you have to be in creative.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I don't know how to do that. And then back when the new app came out, when there was all the onboarding.
Yep.
Creative didn't get onboarding. Game channels did.
Interesting.
Because you
Okay.
picked a game. So
Yeah.
the process was you picked games that you liked.
Yep.
And then it had the recommended or suggested or what have you.
Yep.
But there wasn't a thing for creative.
Well, it makes sense. What would be for creative though?
Right. I'm interested in painting. Sure. Click.
Oh, I guess an Amazon products or something like that would be if you were to list what products you use, whether it be a such and such brush or such and such paints, or that might be an interesting thing for Amazon to explore.
Yeah. I mean, food for thought.
Yeah.
But like jumping around, and this goes to growth, which is a later thing, but jumping around makes it really, really difficult. But I also see why people would get upset or, well, they've just streamed 5,000 hours of this game and they still have 10 people on their chat.
Yep. Yep. Well,
which is
that's
frustrating.
When you have to start adding in the other tools to help that grow.
Right. And
creation or
like if all you stream is SimCity 2013.
Yeah.
And that's all you stream, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to grow with one game.
Well, yeah, that's also keeping you happy too. You have to be happy because that, like you said back at the beginning, it shows if you're not happy with a game. If I were to just play WoW since Justin TV till now,
right?
No, I still probably wouldn't still be streaming if that were the case.
But that's like at some point you have to. So I opened it. So the way I tackled the problem was I opened it to a genre.
Yep.
Like, here's a builder. I'm going to play. So until Planet Coaster came out, it was 99% City Skylines. And every once in a while, I would play like, oh,
Planet
well,
Coaster
I'm going to raid. Well, no, Planet Coaster didn't come out for.
Oh, this is like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like think way back.
Do you still have some of that in your history? Do you still have some WoW stuff in your history, or did you get rid of all that?
I don't think it's available on Twitch.
Okay. I kept some of mine.
If it's there, it's pretty. One, it's bad, but two, if it's there, it's on YouTube
horrible.
Somewhere. But I don't know.
Every so often, I have to open it up and just say, okay, started from this point. Now we're here.
Well, which is another topic is like, how do you evaluate your content?
Yep. Ah, good one.
But as far as game choices are concerned, I would say sticking to a genre
Yeah.
that's consistent.
And when you say genre, what do you mean? Like, is it in
Like,
real life, creative?
yeah, but like with creative, like creative itself is a genre,
Yep.
and you could paint, and you could do perler, you could knit, that's all creative stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so creative itself would be the genre. And then knitting, painting, sculpting would be the games.
The topic? Okay.
Right.
Would be the games, yeah.
So with that said, you would stay in the creative directory, because then all the other creative broadcasters get to see you. And you change your games, or you change your game, you change your project around, and then you can make friends that way, right? With gaming, if you stay with a genre like builder, sim, manage, strategy, I mean that's what, 4 different genres?
Okay.
Builder, manage, sim, strategy. Although builder and sim are like builder, sim, and strategy, like it's all kind of muddled. And then management is like an additional element to those games.
Okay.
But that genre has a ton of games, and you could be playing in that genre for a while. Now, there's not a genre that you can list, but this is where communities come in handy. Because there
Okay.
could be a strategy community that's really big, and you're streaming to that strategy community because you're playing a strategy game.
And for
Then,
those who are just tuning in, she's the communities she's talking about are the communities that are made on
yes,
Twitch.
that
So
you
those,
could do on the dashboard.
Yeah.
And so those communities, those allow you to further classify your content for people that are interested in that content to find you. I classify my content as positive.
Yep.
Right? And so I stream to the positivity community is one of them. And that's because that's my soul. That's the whole reason why I exist on Twitch, is to get positivity out there.
Yeah. That's the kind of community you want to attract.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like game choice, after partner, I have a little bit more leeway because I'm not struggling. I'm not at that.
To keep your numbers at a certain level to make sure that they don't dip. Yeah.
Right, because if you're right there, which we'll get to in another episode, if you're right there, obviously you have to make some choices about that, right?
Yep.
So there are things that you do right when you're at the verge of it,
Precipice,
like you could feel it. But with that being said, I think game choice is very valid, and if you bounce around, you run the risk of not getting seen.
Yep. Yep.
I would also argue that variety is definitely very difficult to grow with.
I see. I don't know, because I'm not in that area. I'm strictly indie. I will always put as indie, like the
You're still
communities
variety.
you're talking about. Variety,
because you play a variety of indie games.
True. But I think the variety category might
the community
encompass. Yeah, I think the variety might encompass, say, you're going to play FPS, you might play some survival, you might play some Hearthstone, or see variety.
Right, you play
to
a
me,
mix of game, like a wide variety of games.
Right, where specifically the games that I play are indie developer games, and I source out indie developer games only. Very, very rarely do I play a AAA game like a Rainbow Six Siege on a Saturday, but that's more like a treat. So I still wouldn't categorize myself as a variety streamer, but very much, and that's why I honed in on it and said, okay, it's indie specific,
and I would agree.
That's where I want my
because most of the time, like the most of your stream time is dedicated to indie.
Yep.
Cool. How do you feel about games and topics and content choices?
I think we covered a lot. I covered a lot. I'd like to hear what chat has to say, or what questions that they have.
Yeah, then we can
Eventually
talk about games and content and
live.
whatnot. Yeah, this is live.
This
Not
is live.
yet. Soon. But yes. Yeah, unless you have a question.
I think it's just where do you want to be? What do people want to be doing when they're picking their genres or their games or their categories? What do they want to be looking for? What are the main things they're looking for? Obviously, we touched on don't look at the numbers. Look at something that you're super passionate about because it shows. It shows right away that you're not enjoying what you're doing or you're enjoying very much what you're doing. Um, for me, I pick a game also that I'm going to have the ability to focus on my chat as well, because I know
Which
you
is
have a
why I
very,
stopped
very
playing
active
WoW.
chat. Okay, so exactly. So something like a WoW or an FPS game doesn't allow me the opportunity to jump over and see what's going on in chat, and that's very important to me. So I guess find out what's important to you when you're growing your channel. And yeah, pick games that are focused around that and give you the flexibility to do what you want to do with your cast.
I would agree with all of that.
Yeah.
I think that wraps this up. My name is Ezilii.
I'm Carize, and thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Stream Theory. Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say.
Questions, comments, concerns, there should be a Google Doc link down below. If this was handy, please like, subscribe, and share to all your friends, and we'll see you next time.